Good morning and thanks for joining us for KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Rick Douglas. Now to your top 11 stories at 11. Idaho State Police say one person was injured about 8 this morning in a two-vehicle crash in Caldwell. Troopers say the driver of a cement truck was briefly blinded by the sun while turning left onto Pinto Lane from Simplot Boulevard. And the next thing he knew, a car struck the side of his truck. One person went to the hospital, but with unknown injuries. Classes resumed this morning at Rocky Mountain High School in Meridian after a social media threat over the weekend. A district spokesman says a student posted a threatening message on Twitter. The message told students not to go to school. Even though investigators say there was no credible threat, extra security was on hand yesterday as a precaution. The student involved could face expulsion. Gas prices in Idaho continue falling, with the average price per gallon now at $2.66. That's down 9 cents from last week. Prices tend to fall this time of year due to a seasonal decrease in driving and a switch to cheaper winter blend gasoline. Still, Idaho has the 6th highest gas prices in the nation.
We get our gasoline, those are the refineries in Salt Lake. They seem to have a hard time keeping up with driver demand and getting the product to market in a timely fashion.
Other reasons that gas is getting cheaper: the price of oil is dropping, and there haven't been any major natural disasters to disrupt production. The Ada County coroner said this morning that a 20-year-old man whose body was pulled from the Boise River Sunday likely died of drowning, but that toxicology results are still pending. Investigators say Parker Hill's body was discovered just before 11 Sunday morning near Duck Lake Drive in Garden City. Boise police tell us they don't suspect foul play was involved. Falling leaves and cooler weather mean that fire season is traditionally at an end. The National Interagency Fire Center has dropped the national preparedness level to 2. NIFC says fewer fires have burned through more acres this year compared to any other fire season in the last decade. So far this year, nearly 49,000 fires have burned in the U.S., scorching more than 9 million acres combined, or more than 3 times the acreage that burned last year. California authorities say an extreme athlete whose feats were seen regularly on MTV died yesterday in a parachuting accident. Eric Rohner of Tahoe City was part of a group performing a skydiving stunt in Squaw Valley. As he descended, he got tangled in a tree. By the time rescuers reached him, Rohner was dead. He was part of Nitro Circus, which aired for 2 seasons on MTV. For the first time in 60 years, a U.S. president has met with a Cuban president on U.S. soil. This morning, President Obama sat down with President Raul Castro on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. The world body is expected to vote for the 24th time to condemn the U.S. embargo against Cuba. Last year, 188 countries voted for the non-binding resolution, with only the U.S. and Israel voting against it. St. Luke's in Twin Falls announced on Friday afternoon 7-month-old August Elliott had died of heart failure after he was given the wrong medication. It is a rare tragedy that the hospital spokesperson says they will learn from.
Events like this are rare, so we have immediately launched a thorough review of exactly what happened so that we can make sure that this never happens again.
Money from a GoFundMe page will help pay to return the baby to Kansas for burial. Medical mistakes are the 3rd leading cause of death around the nation. But like some other states, Idaho has a law that doesn't require medical facilities to report those errors to the public. Bronco quarterback Ryan Finley pleaded guilty Monday to charges of a minor in possession of alcohol and resisting or obstructing officers. The redshirt sophomore was sentenced to 3 months of unsupervised probation and 40 hours of public service, which he's already completed. On top of that, Finley was ordered to pay $719. Boise State told KBOI 2 News they do not have a statement regarding the matter. A heads up for drivers in downtown Boise. The left lane of Capitol Boulevard will be blocked between Front and Main Streets. Crews need space for a big crane that's helping with construction of the new transportation center. ACHD expects the crane to be removed in about a week, and until then, you're asked to watch out for delays in that area. Well, 4 days after Pope Francis proclaimed Junipero Serra saint, vandals defaced his statue and the grounds of Mission San Carlos in Carmel, California. The Franciscan friar is buried there. Vandals also defaced headstones and statues of other European settlers. The mission is asking volunteers and skilled professionals to help with cleanup and restoration.